Seattle area home buyers just got some great news. With rising temperatures, a lot of home buyers have decided to get out of the area, leaving behind a slightly cooling, promising real estate market. And that's fantastic news for all those home buyers that decided to stay in town for the summer. Hey guys, Julian Gonzalez here with RSVP Real Estate. Thanks once again for tuning into my channel. Hey guys, the Northwest MLS just came out with its data for June 2024. And to no surprise, the seasonal patterns that we see every single year are still intact. You know, I mentioned at the top of the video that people are fleeing because of rising temperatures. Well, it's not that bad, but it means that now with the summer, your competition, if you're looking to buy a home, is now getting out of town, going on vacation. Think about maybe yourself, maybe your friends, family that are taking vacation. So you're gonna have less competition looking at the home that you like. If you're a serious buyer, this is a good time to look. Now remember, around Labor Day, that's when things pick up just a little bit more because everybody's, back from vacation, kids are back in school. So look one last time before things really start to dip in the real estate market, because now we are focusing on the holidays. In fact, when we look at King County, we see that pattern. From year over year, the median sales price did rise a little bit, but compared to May, the spring, the price dropped, the median sales price for a single family residential home by as much as $46,000. That's a huge jump. I mean, it's still expensive. Don't get me wrong, but it's a good opportunity for a lot of you home buyers that are staying in town to go out there and possibly get less competition to get a better deal out there when you buy a home or even a condo, which today I'm just going to do the residential as I always do, and then I'm going to do the condo separately. You can see that video next week, but it's a good opportunity whether you're residential, you're buying residential home, or you're buying a condo. Get out there while your competition is distracted with the summer, right? Now, I'm going to look at, as always, King County. We're going to dig into Snohomish County, Pierce County. Again, I'm going to go into Seattle, look at that market. We're going to look in the Eastside, which there's never ever any relief out there. It's still very, very hot out there. And like I do every month, I select one area, because a lot of you guys reach out and you do ask, hey, can you do this area? Well, I got a good area for you guys, and it's just north of Seattle, just north of Ballard. It's a great, beautiful area. Some areas you're not going to be able to afford, and you won't believe what one house sold for last month, but it's a good area to look at if you're looking for homes or new areas that you haven't explored before. Hey guys, before I continue, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would like this video, if there's something that you get out of it, subscribing to my channel as I look to make it grow, and turning on notification, guys. That way you always know when I upload a new video that might help you either buy or sell a property. And of course, down below, there's a link. If you ever want to talk real estate with me, you could schedule something with me down below in the description. Okay, guys, let's look into King County. And again, we're looking at single family residential home. I'll do condos next week, and we're only looking year over year price differential. Okay, that's how we're gonna do this. Okay, so here we are, King County residential, and we're comparing year over year numbers, June 2023 to June 2024. We're gonna start off with the number that everybody's always curious about or really want to know, and that's the median sales price. As I mentioned a short while ago, it did increase year over year by just over 4%, but it was a decrease of $46,000 from the month prior. Obviously that would be May. So it's not awesome in the total scope of things, but it is slightly encouraging for all of you that are hoping for the market to cool off, because it's slightly cooling off if you look at it under that lens. Okay, now we'll move back on top here. We're looking at the number of new listings, and it is an increase of new listings from 12 months prior, but in the month of May, there was an increase of 40% from May 2023 to May 2024. So we are seeing less new listings, and as far as percentage wise, from 1 month to another, 1 year to another, as we're now here in the summer months. Now we move on to the days on market, 14 days, guys. So it's a drop of 13%. That's of course the moment that a house is listed to the moment that it's taken off the market, because both parties agreed to an offer. or at least the seller agreed to a buyer offer. So that's 14 days, but things are going quickly. Some smart buyers getting those homes quickly before things heat up. And you know, people are gonna just panic once the interest rates drop, because then you're gonna be caught with your competition driving up the price on you. Yes, I know I say that every single time on video, but it's important for you guys to know. And moving on here, we look at the inventory. We see an increase of 31%. That is amazing, guys, right there. May was an increase of 28%. And we look at the total month supply of inventory, 2.1. Last month, the month of May, it was 1.8. Again, guys, that's actually pretty good for King County, 2.1, because, again, what a lot of experts consider to be a healthy market would be 4 to 6 months worth of inventory. So that's not beautiful, but it's a lot better than, you know, what it's been the last several months prior. Now, let's move on. Now, we're going to move over to Snohomish County. You can look at those numbers a little bit more. Let's go now to Snohomish County. Now, Snohomish County, kind of the same pattern that we saw in King County, especially with the median sales price. We see an increase right there of 8%, and now it's at $825,000, and that's a huge savings from May. A huge savings of $10, believe it or not. That's just a drop of $10 from May. So Snohomish is one of those counties that we all know a lot of people want to live out there, because finding new areas, new pockets of the area to live in, because King County has just gotten way too crazy, especially out on the east side. Moving on, if we look at the new listings, we see a whopping increase of 14% year over year. That's a good number right there for people, obviously, that are concerned about the number of inventory. We've seen a lot more new construction in the whole area, a lot of parts in the United States, in fact, that we're seeing an increase of that. So that's good news for a lot of people. And that's an increase of 42% was in May. So an increase of 14.5, not as great as the month of May, but again, we're in the slower part of the year. Now, moving on to, let's go now to the number of days on market. It's just slightly better that we saw in King County. And now we see, look at the inventory. We see the inventory 1.7, which is not bad. A little slightly increased than the month of May, where it's at 1.4. You know, one thing I want to also come back up here, if you don't mind, right here. Basically, this didn't move all of from 1 month to another, because it just basically flatlined. It was basically, you know, 0.1. So things are kind of even as far as that from 1 month to another, but we should see that number decline for the month of July. And of course, I'm going to have those numbers for you. Now let's move on to Pierce County. And of course, we always know Pierce County usually has the lowest median sales price and the best inventory. That hasn't changed for the month of March, at least didn't change for the month of June. As you see, same as in May. This is an incredible number, because this number, 565, the median sales price, that was the same number for May. So the number did not change, but it was an increase of 4% year over year from June 2023. And then when you look at the new listings, we see an increase of 4.3%. And that's less, this number is actually less than it was in May, where there was 1,474 new listings that hit the market in the month of May. Then we look in here, the days on market, 22 days. So it takes a little while. It takes a little longer to sell your home in Pierce County. In the month of May, it was 23, so not that much change, or not that much difference, but we are seeing a lot, we're seeing the homes staying, or even condos staying a lot longer in the market in Pierce County. That's kind of understandable, because in Snohomish County and King County are slightly more desirable counties, right? It's far more expensive to live in those two counties. And so we look at this last one, we look at inventory. Of course, of the three counties, Pierce County always leads the way when it comes to inventory. How about 2.4? In May, it was 2.0, and that's a massive, check out this number, 60% in month supply and inventory. So that's pretty good for all you people out there that are looking to buy in Pierce County. Okay, now let's focus on Seattle, where the pattern, whether it's the county or the state, it's the same seasonal pattern. For Seattle, single family residential, what we saw was an increase of just 3% on average on homes sold above list price. And I say just because 12 months prior, at least from one spring to another, was 13%. So that's a huge difference right there. But again, it has a lot to do with interest rates, people waiting to make their moves. Don't wait too long, guys. Okay, so let's look at Seattle. And once again, this is what the Northwest MLS, how it defines the Seattle area. We're here about Lake City, Magnolia. Here's West Seattle, just above White Center, and Skyway right here, okay? So these are the numbers for Seattle, as you can take a look at it right there. And slightly up, the median sales price for a single family residential home in Seattle area is $957,000, and the median sales price increased year over year by just that's about 3%. That's actually, this number actually dropped. It was about 965 in the month of May. Now, if you're looking at what area, you're thinking about what area really saw the biggest drop, if you're wondering what it is, and the biggest gain in the Seattle area, let me go back here. Actually, the area right here, Magnolia and Queen Anne, year over year for the month of June, we saw a drop in the median sales price. It's only $1.3 million, and this area right here had the biggest hike in the median sales price year over year in the month of May. That's central area. Of course, we're talking about Capitol Hill, First Hill, Beacon Hill, and the increase of 17% put that area at $1,235,000. So let's go back here. Look at these numbers once again. Depending sales, wow, same thing as it was 12 months prior. You see the number of homes sold, and that's actually a drop from a huge drop from the month of May, where it was 674 units sold. And right here, inventory, again, a slight little increase, which I always say it's not great, but for this area, it's actually fantastic. Moving on. The East Side. Take it out of the East Side. Of course, we always think this is the East Side when we talk about the East Side, but it's actually this whole area right here, and we're getting towards Scenic and, of course, going towards Leavenworth. Let's move over right here. Now this area was just crazy. You know, it saw the biggest increase from last year as the numbers. It was really no relief. The median sales price, we saw an increase of 13%. So now it's at $1,635,000. That's a whopping number right there. But still, it's a decrease of $65,000 from the month of May. So again, it's not what we all want, but at least it's a little bit of relief that people want to buy it in that area. And we look at the total active listings right here, and we saw it's an increase of 16%. The increase right there, or at least the total active listings, that's actually 73 more listings than it was in the month of May. But again, it's still not great, but it's still helping the market at least slightly, just a little bit. And we look at some of the other numbers right there, number of homes sold, and which is 58 units less than we sold in May. And in the inventory right there is an increase in inventory for the East Side. Now, I said we're going to look at a new area of the Pacific Northwest, or at least this area near Seattle. This is the new area that I want to focus on because I had one of my friends, I was at a get-together last weekend. He asked, hey, I've been looking to buy another home in this area, so can you focus on it? So, Gotti, this is for you. A great little area here. If you guys don't know exactly where I'm at right here, this is the northern part of Lake Washington. This is Richmond Beach, guys. All these little homes right here, $1 million homes in this area. Fantastic view of Puget Sound. The Highlands right here, guys, you can't afford that. Trust me. I always say, trust me, you cannot afford that. That's just crazy. In fact, one home just last month there sold for $4 million. It was a 5 bedrooms. I believe it was 3.5 baths and 4,300 square feet. It's super expensive. I've been there several times, and it's just those people are not rich. Those people are wealthy, but beautiful, beautiful homes. And right here, if you're familiar with the area, that is the Seattle Golf Club. So let's take a look at the numbers in this area of town. Of course, this is also Shoreline. There you see the numbers for the area. The median sales price, not bad, guys, compared to some of the areas in the Seattle area. In King County, it's actually not that bad. At $870,000, an increase of year over year, almost 1%. Total active listings, not a whole lot, but that area you saw, it's not that huge. Pending sales, a decrease, actually, what we saw 12 months prior. Units sold, another decrease from 12 months prior, but there are people out there, guys, trying to take advantage of buyers, your competition that's scared to pull the trigger right now. So that's always something I always tell everybody to keep in mind. And there you see the months of inventory. It's at 1.4. So kind of in the same trend or the same area, the same ballpark as it is in the Tri-County area. Guys, quickly, 3 things I want to mention to you. If you want me to do your area in the next video, the next month's video, just let me know. You can put it down in the description. And once again, as I mentioned at the top of the video, condos. If you're looking at condos, which there's some great, fantastic opportunities out there, I'll have that video for you next month. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Good luck.